In the heart of Africa's largest economy, a quiet struggle continues, one that affects every home, every school, every factory, a struggle for light. Despite being rich in energy resources, oil, gas, sun, and wind, Nigeria still grapples with a basic need, reliable electricity. With over 220 million people, Nigeria has an installed electricity generation capacity of about 13,000 megawatts, but only 4,000 to 5,000 megawatts are available on most days. That's less than what New York City alone consumes, yet it must serve an entire nation.
Before the present administration got in, we were hovering around between less than 4,000 megawatts. The last time we had a celebration of a major issue like this was around 1984 when we had about 2,000 megawatts, and within that period to date, till this administration took over, we had about 4,000 megawatts. That's over 40 years to achieve 4,000 megawatts. Before now, it wasn't always like that. We had so many challenges, the country had so many challenges, but today, these are gradually being reduced.
Grid collapses, blackouts, endless generator noise. For many Nigerians, power outages are not an inconvenience, they are a way of life. According to the World Bank, the country loses a staggering $29 billion every year due to unreliable electricity. Homes and businesses spend heavily annually on fuel for generators. The environment suffers, the economy suffers, and the people suffer most.
Currently, the current rate is not even convenient, and then electricity is not even consistent, so we still use the regular generators and all that to operate our businesses. And since the increase in fuel and now the new increase in electricity is definitely going to affect we producers and therefore also affect the consumers in turn.
It's getting to a point whereby people will fix their lights in the night, remove it in the morning, because they are trying to cut costs. So the increase is already killing. It's telling on the business, things are expensive, people are no longer finding it funny, people are dying, people are suffering.
Presently, the effect on businesses and even on the residents, for us to load the card, before you know it, under 1 hour, the card will be exhausted. So the government should think about it before increasing the tariff.
The issues are layered, from poor infrastructure to aging transmission lines, gas shortages, and regulatory lapses. The privatization of the power sector in 2013 was meant to improve things, but a decade later, many of the electricity distribution companies remain inefficient and financially weak. In 2023 alone, the national grid collapsed 6 times. In 2024, it was reported to have collapsed 12 times. Each time, over 100 million people were left in total darkness.
Let's not forget where this whole thing is coming from, and that is that there's a liquidity crisis in the entire value chain. So it is that state who, through law and regulation, that can attract investments that will win this race. Because what all these portend is that states will perhaps begin to grow at their own pace. So if a state decides I'll give priority and give all the instruments it can to encourage investors to come in, to generate, transmit, and distribute electricity.
The road to power reform is long but not impossible. With the right commitment, Nigeria can go from darkness to light, not just for the few, but for all. Because every Nigerian deserves to flip a switch and trust that the light will come on. In Lagos, for News Central, Bettina, Nwelih.